Hello, hello, and welcome to today's speaker card reading. Today's topic is what is the most attractive thing about you right now? And for that, as usual, you have three piles pile number one, pile number two, and pile number three. And now let's get started. Your support would mean so much to me. Hello, hello, pile one. What is the most attractive thing about you right now? If you chose the first pile, then here comes your reading. You come across as somebody who is very much in for justice. You speak about social justice a lot, or maybe associated with the legal framework. Okay, you are clearly a a very hot person. I can see people perceive you as okay, so very hot and sweet as well. So you are seen as a very, you have both the childlike innocence, at the same time very hot, very hot. Nine of wands, this one is usually, especially if you are a female, you're seen as somebody who can be a damsel in distress, or that, those virgin vibes who gives off, like, at surface, but in the bedroom they can be absolute hotties. So that's how you are seen. But at the same time, you have a voice of your own. You speak a lot about things that you feel passionately about. You could also be a lawyer. I can see a lawyer here as well. A lawyer who is very passionate about what he or she does is also can be seen. I You are a very fun loving person. Very, like, on the surface, like, the first brush is this is very hot. This person is very hot, but they are also very easily approachable, very fun loving, very childlike. A lot of innocence is also there, but you guys are also very popular. You love to throw parties. You become the center of the parties. And also another thing is, people tend to assume a lot of times, like, we tend to judge people in a superficial manner. So you tend to get judged as somebody who doesn't have a lot of depth, but actually you guys are also superbly passionate about what you do. Either you are associated with law, lawyer, advocate, or something, or maybe into social justice, public affairs. Speak You stand up for those in distress. Maybe you work for some NGO, you run an NGO where you guys speak out for things that matter to the society, maybe environmental matters. And you guys are very, I can see a lot of passion, which has helped even change your life. With this passion of yours, it has given an identity shift to you. Earlier people used to think, oh yeah, this person is just fun loving and all, and even now people just wonder how come such a fun loving, almost like some, like, detractors would call you a childlike, like, an immature person also. And they might also wonder some, like, you guys have a lot of negative, like, we all get a lot of, like, you have a very attractive personality. So colorful attractive personality people tend to get a lot of negative aspects as well, like negative criticisms as well. Like, you know what, people wonder that how come a person like this gets so much of success, so much of, you get a lot of admiration from others, like they part. But the thing that they do not understand is, you work as hard or more hard, like way harder than you party. You are the, like, the life of the society. At the same time, you are, like, always working very hard. Whenever you are not doing anything else, when others are sleeping, you're walking. When others are eating, you're walking. That kind of, when they're relaxing, you're walking. Another thing is, I can see a lot of cups energy. Seven of cups, six of cups. Okay, so the justice comes twice clearly. Okay. Now, you are a very compassionate, giving person. And people, actually, your son, your success, a lot of your identity comes from the fact that you are a giver. You are a compassionate, altruistic person. Yes, you have amassed quite a bit of wealth already, and you believe in distributing your wealth away. You are known for your donations. You're known for your altruistic, like you speak up for those who are in distress. You take care of those friends of yours or family members. You're those people who will take care of those family members who are in difficult times, especially financially and emotionally. But a strong thing that is coming out, the most important aspect is you stand up and speak up against all odds if you feel that's the correct thing to do. So that's the best part about your personality. That's the most attractive part of your personality. You are almost like, you know what? Even if no one else, okay, Seven of Wands, even if no one else is standing up, I am the one who will stand up alone for a cause that I believe in. If you feel that this cause needs attention, it deserves attention, you are somebody who will just do everything, try to do everything to give them the attention that they deserve. Okay. Another thing is you have made a lot of money. It's probably through your social activism or some kind of justice related work that you have amassed a lot of wealth, a lot of success, and people still tend to wonder that how come you're, on surface you come across as a very fun loving party going kind of a person. So people tend to judge you superficially, thinking that that's the negative part, that it's just, I mean, what people don't understand is you have a party going, fun loving, very bubbly, charming, radiant personality, but behind that hides a very tough nut, somebody who is very emotional, but at the same time, they firmly are passionate about what they believe in. Sisterhood of the Rose, Beauty and Devotion, Priestess, Mystic Teacher. Clearly, you are seen as a, you're very devoted at what you do. You're very caring, almost mystical. And also, another thing is you are, you're almost like a teacher, a preacher to a lot of people. A lot of, I can see a lot of admiration coming your way, which creates a lot of enemy, because when you have positive, so you will, the negatives will also follow the positive. So whenever you have people who are like, um I am like, when you have people speaking highly of you, like, the way in which that person stood up, there will be people who will say that, you know what, they are always partying, the great gathering. You guys, yes, you know what? In a social state setting, this is another very attractive thing about you, that in a social setting, you actually, having the gift of the gab, you have that. It's time to come together. Intuitive hit soul tribe. Literally, I get from the, also from this picture, you speak about environment, the snow caps, the snow cover, the avalanches coming, the snows melting, this kind of stuff, the environment getting destroyed, loads of floods, the earthquake, just the earthquake that hit Turkey. You guys speak a lot about this environment, its disasters, and the effect it can have. There are so many countries which can be eliminated and obliterated just to go under the sea if we just carry on the way we are. You speak about all of this. You have a gift of the gab. You speak very well. People at a very high position would just stand up, would just stand and listen, or just sit and listen when you speak. When you're in the flow, you speak very, very well. That is another thing. Third is you're really concerned about the environment. Double mission, channeling and uplifting humanity. Literally, you have a double mission. One is being very, very altruistic. Very, you are a very simplistic person, not a hypocrite, not a manipulator, not a, like, you do not believe in double standards. You get what you see kind of a person. That is one thing, that you have uplifted humanity through your altruistic nature, donations, also through your speaking up for justice. So both things get highlighted, both are very attractive, but I'm telling you, you guys have a lot of hidden enemies, especially this pile. It's coming through several times. I can see that, I can sense it, like, These people have so many enemies, my goodness. Another thing is, it's probably because of your, the work that you do. It makes you travel a lot. You travel a lot, and you probably go around the world giving speeches, delivering speeches regarding environment, that it need to improve and work on our environment and stuff. You probably go around and speak about that. That's another attractive quality about you, that you care about these issues so much that you don't really mind, like you don't get enough rest, it's okay. You do not get paid for those things much, it's okay. But you go about doing that. The energy is getting momentum. I can see you guys are getting a lot of attention these days, of course, because in the last 3 days what has happened in Turkey is, I mean, I don't know how to describe that. Human lives being killed, people being killed, like 5 6 thousands being killed just like that. Can you even imagine? So you go around, probably even now you're walking around talking about that. Probably you're trying to send people out there. You're trying to, go, you try to arrange for GoFundMe's for those people in distress, and you constantly talk about this. These are very attractive qualities. Believe in the impossible. Yes, you are somebody who always believed in the impossible. You are somebody, you have a spiritual side, but you also have a practical side. So people notice this, that this person, spiritually doesn't have to be all the time you're just meditating or talking about God. It could be your work, that could be your God as well. And practicality, people probably see that, what, this person parties, but they also deliver. So that's the positive part. Because I can see a lot of hidden enemies. I'm repeating it several times. You always go out of your comfort zone if that serves the purpose. You always are ready. Like now, also, probably after this earthquake hit in Turkey, you have been going somewhere, you have been invited over where probably you'll be speaking. And you know what, in you do not feel those inconveniences, like those things, like, probably you'll not get a good hotel to stay, you'll not have a good payment for that, but still you go out and do your bit, because you have a certain amount of fan following. Probably if you and people like you, like environmentalist, or maybe some, I'm getting a very strong environmentalist vibe, but it could also be for the animals, for the LGBT rights. But you feel that if I don't do it, you are getting a lot of momentum these days. So if you feel that if I don't do it today, like, where will these people go? What will happen to them? If people like me, if we do not come forward, what will happen to these things, these issues? So you believe in the impossible. There was a time when people barely believed in this whole thing of environment, like things could literally, we are facing so many issues at such a small time. In like 3 4 years, we have faced so much: pandemic, repeated waves, so many people dead. Now this major, so many tornadoes. Now this earthquake, this major earthquake that has hit. So, and also the humanitarian, the war that is going on, the recession hitting. So you are somebody who speaks out about all of this, and the justice that needs to be delivered. You talk about that aspect, the human cost, the justice that needs to be delivered. Okay. Now the raindrops, take a chance on them. You are one of those people who literally believes that, there is some superpower who has its hand or his or her hand on your head. And you are also, I can see, a very, those people who believes in dancing in the rain. More childlike, more innocent vibes I'm getting. Simple things. Okay, right now I'm hearing you are those people who becomes happy at those apparently trivial aspect things, like maybe like an untimely rain, an untimely snow, that kind of a thing tend to make you very very happy. Like apparently trivial, maybe just cuddling with your pet, or talking to your mother, or anybody, maybe for your with your granny. Okay, you never needed those wings to fly. You are somebody who feels that, you know what? You do not need the wings to fly. You never needed those. We all have invisible wings. In a way, you feel and you motivate others to do. You believe in going after your passion. If you're passionate about something, you speak up, you do whatever it takes to achieve that, and you also motivate others to do it. That you believe that every human being, if they go after what they believe in, this world could be a much better place to live in. I hope that makes sense, Pilwan. I mean, you guys come across as very, very passionate, very genuine kind of human beings. The world awaits you. Like, you are a very energetic person. Like, you probably these days you are living out of a suitcase because you're running around delivering speeches or getting into workshops, doing so many things, trying to get everything done all at once. You can be your own knight. Yes, you're very self dependent, and you also preach about this to others that you don't know, you don't want to be. No, you say probably you guys don't need to be dependent on others. You should be very, very much self dependent. Maybe you advocate homesteading, off grid living, growing your own foods. That kind of a stuff is also visible. Along with that, you genuinely believe in justice. Justice is coming literally. I mean, justice, legal aspects, law, social justice, environmental issues, public affairs. These are the things are just jumping out, and you are very passionate. Start a revolution. Probably you are one of those initial people who started speaking about something which is now in the news. So I don't know, pile one. I mean, you guys, I can literally see the most attractive part to my mind is you are humanitarian souls. Yes, that comes out pretty strong as well. You guys are seen as humanitarian souls. Yes. And also, another thing is, you guys, if people like you, if there are more people like you, this world will become a better place. So this is another very attractive thing I'm hearing. So now it's time for the charms. All right. Okay. Okay. The first one is an owl. Okay, so even though you come across as pretty childish, kiddish on the surface, the party animal types, you're actually a very wise soul, and some people get it, not everybody. You're seen as the king or queen of your niche. You're very well known in your niche, in your profession, or like in your workplace. You're very well known. You're very emotional, and you have an emotional connect with people around you, people who follow you. I can see you having some kind of a following, preferably social media. It could be something else. Like, you guys are very well known in your field, or are going to be very well known. You're gaining that momentum. Yes. A transformation, you are seen as a transformatory force. Wherever you go, there is some revolution that is happening. Flower, I can see a lot of people admiring you, maybe secret admirers, but a lot of fans. I can see like a mass thing, fans and stuff. You guys being some sort of a celebrity or on the verge of becoming like pretty popular and famous. I hope, Pilwan, you have had some clarity over your situation. If yes, please hit the like button, share, and subscribe. Thank you. Namaste. Your support means so much to me. Hello, hello, pile 2. If you're attracted towards the second pile, then here comes your reading. Okay, what is the most attractive thing about you right now? Okay, the Five of Wands you come across as a very stable person. Okay, the Star. You attract a lot of attention. I can see you are very strong. Queen of Wands. Okay. Queen of Cups. Okay, so I can clearly see the first thing is you look very polished, very, well manicured nails, well, like well brushed and blow dried hair, and manicured nails, blow dried hair, having like a professional look on your face. You look very well put together all the time. Like, you know what, you not only just look good, you look like $1 million even if you're going for grocery shopping. Now that's the feeling that I'm getting. And people tend to turn their heads around to see, like, who is this person. Like, like you only seem to fit into those posh restaurants, chic restaurants, and chic places. You are one of those go-to customers for those chic posh places, because they feel that whenever you are there, the way you dress, even if you're dressed, you're probably somebody who tend to conservatively dress. You're not trying to attract a lot of attention, but that actually makes you more attractive, more glamorous. It's because of your like looks and the way you dress and your personality. And I can see a lot of envy coming from the same gender, like the opposite gender also. Like, if you're a female, the males think that, what, she's very in a heterosexual situation, that this, I mean, for most males, let's get it, like let's get it clear, if you're of that league, you're mostly out of the league for most males. So men are intimidated, they borderline probably criticize you for being a high maintenance person. And women who do not get you and are like plain gem jealous, they are like, what, they have got a lot of things being handed down to them. Literally, people, those who, like, you do not know, a lot of people who are like secret admirers of yours, people tend to try to copy you. Younger, if it's a females, if you are a she, females try to copy you. If you are a male, you have got good body, good chest, thin abs, ripped abs, and all such stuff. Young guys tend to try and copy you. I can see a lot of, you know, uh, I do not use anything beyond Chanel and Hermes and Louis Vuitton kind of a vibe here. So you are that person, though you are probably carrying a good quality bag, but not a branded one, like a known brand or something. But you usually carry good quality stuff, but you are not somebody who would show it off. You are not a show off kind of a person at all. You are not even trying to draw a lot of attention. But you know what, you give good tips. I can see, like, whenever you're in restaurants, you give good tips. If you're in those, not so like well to do areas of your society, you're going through those people, you just stick out. Like, you always draw a lot of attention in spite of not trying. you know the quiet confidence, the quiet beauty, the quiet attractiveness, you have that. You do not try to, you actually try to hide at times, because you are so attractive. Like, you look so posh, so chic, that if you go to those, on the road, by the side of the road, those small restaurants and stuff, people tend to think that, what is she doing here? I mean, what is that kind of a person doing here? Or what is he doing here? Like, you look like $1 million, like some kind of a celebrity, some kind of a hot model. Even when you're fully covered and you're like modestly dressed. So that is something. Your nails are always manicured, your hair is always like in a well, like a good situation. Your makeup is usually on point, even for a grocery shopping. So women, another hatred that comes towards you, the envy is, oh yeah, she's coming, or he is coming from a lot of money. People think that you come from a lot of money, but actually what I can see is, you have seen turmoil that has made you emotionally very strong. You are an emotionally very stable person. Somebody, this another attractive thing is, those who know you, they know that behind these starry qualities, you are a very good multitasker. You are probably a mother or a father, a good spouse, and a business owner. And most people don't even know about all those random people who assume things about you. They don't even know you, know these qualities. But the thing is, actually, those who know you, they know how much you multitask every day, how organized you are. A very, you probably write everything down, very methodical. You probably carry around a notepad and a pen with you. But even that has a very good, like a leather touch to it. So everything about you is very sophisticated. Yes, sophisticated. You probably have very good vocabulary. You are very well traveled. Your general knowledge is very good. So whenever you're talking to somebody, you look like $1 million. You are like completely brains, and also, you know, you are like a perfect catch in a lot of ways. At the same time you're totally out of league for most people. People want to be like you, but they criticize you as well. Does that make sense? It's more like that. You are a very stable person. I can see a lot of earth energy here. Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus, absolutely. A Taurus or a Virgo, absolutely. Like for fine tastes, fine silks, fine leather. You have a taste for pearls, diamond studs. I can see like you will probably wear just fine jewelry, one or two stuff, and that's it. And they will look fantastic on you. You have a lot of inner strength. Like clearly you guys have a lot of inner strength. Queen of Wands, seriously, people assume that you come from wealth, but it's your abilities, your emotional strength, your hard work, your multitasking that has given you a lot of wealth, the wealth that you have. And you're probably not very wealthy, but the way in which you dress, the way, the amount of put together looks that you like, the amount of sophistication that you put forth usually in your look, especially, people think that you have a lot of wealth, but that is probably not true. You do not have a lot of wealth, but I can see you have a lot of admirers, even if you are married with two kids, and because you do not look like a mother of two or a father of two. That I'm just saying, like if you're like 30, you look 21 to 24, somebody who is very well put together, sorted, well spoken, well traveled. They have things to achieve in their life. That kind of a person. Don't dim to fit in. How are you dimming your light in order to fit in? Literally, this is a mantra that you live by. You do not believe that, you know what, I need to always dress down because you're already conservatively dressed. I'm telling you that. The people these days, we are not very conservatively dressed, but you're one of those old school people who would wear dresses and skirts. And there's nothing wrong. It actually makes you look very feminine. Or maybe those trousers and not a casual tee all the time. Tee and sneakers. No, you're usually impeccably dressed. Not very like very costly, but they are moderately like priced as well. Don't dim. You do not believe in dimming your own light in order to make others happy. Another thing is have fun. Yes, unlike what people think, you actually are a very fun person. Those who know you, this is another very attractive thing is people know that in spite of your looks, in spite of your qualities, like you probably speak five different languages, you're very good in, you've been like, you're very smart as a person, your vocabulary is impeccable, you speak three languages like they are your first language. So with that kind of a thing, you know what, even with that, you do not dim your light, but you do not, you're not condescending either. You do not treat others with disdain or something. Get grounded. Empaths, highly sensitives, connect with nature. Probably a, you are very much into nature. That is another. Probably your house has a beautiful garden. I can sense that your house probably has a beautiful garden. A, secondly, you have a very strong Virgo, full moon, Virgo, new moon. I can see a strong Virgo in sun, moon, rising. Clearly, a lot of earth like Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Absolutely. You guys love nature, and that is well reflected. You guys are also very nature oriented. Like, you guys probably do not carry plastics, like you haven't been doing it for ages. Before it became a thing, you probably, even it could be so that you, the leather things that you use, they are all vegan leather. So you are also very nature wise, as apart from looking very chic and sophisticated. You are not all about looks. You have strong brains. You have like very high ethics. You have like your manners are on point. You're just not all about looks. That's the most attractive. You are good enough. Like you have a quiet sense of confidence, air of confidence. It's very quiet. You're not like, hey, look at me, kind of confident. You're very quiet. You know what you're about to do. You know your worth. You know your value. Kind of a confidence you have. You give a lot. You give to people around you a lot more than you take, and people appreciate that. Probably what I can hearing is you guys have a humane aspect to it, which is not always like visible to everybody. It's only visible to those once they get to know you deeper. You also have a humane aspect to you, very humanitarian. So that part is also like highlighted here. Now take care of your needs. You know how to take care of yourself. You clearly know this, like you do not believe in dimming your lights. You know you're good enough and you always take care of your own needs first. You have learned that self love is the best form of love. Be the light. Yes, you are like wherever you go, you know this, you just manage to turn a lot of heads. That's the thing, you just manage to turn so many heads wherever you go. That's a major thing about you. Heart guardian, love and let yourself be loved. Literally, this is a major thing that like love and let yourself be loved. Literally, you have learned the lesson of self love, and people understand whenever like people see you, you're very sophisticated and stuff, but you know you are a very humble at the same time. Of all of those, apart from those, you're a very humble, genuine, sensible, warm kind of a personality. You love yourself and you radiate that warmth, that glow, and you also extend that love to others, to the person sitting in front of you. You do not make the other person feel little less about their own self. So that is very special. Luck, you are very lucky. That's what people think. That's probably not very true, but people think that you're very lucky and you're very confident. Yes, confidence is the key to success, is what people think. Like, you probably dress for success, is what people, like, the detractors say. Don't doubt your worth. You definitely do not doubt your worth. Mirror, you actually know your worth and do not believe in dimming yourself. Treat your body like the palace it is. Yes, you treat yourself, your body, spirit, mind with a lot of respect. And these are the things that actually makes you who you are. Surround yourself with love. You are probably very well known as an empath also, especially amongst your friends, those who know you. And you guys, instead of being a party animal, you're not. You curl up with your pet with a book, some candles, some, those house plants, and some close friends of yours, and you guys just love having pajama parties. And these are the people, those who know you really well, they are the ones who actually appreciate how humane you are, how kind you are, actually how grounded you are. Take yourself out on a date. You are probably one of those people who loves to take their own selves on a date. Literally, that is the thing that shows, you dress in a conservative manner. And these days, people tend to try and attract so much of attention, and you get a lot of attention without even trying much. Now, sundress, do it for you. Exactly. You know what? This thing shows that, you're somebody who firmly believes in self love, very grounded, very sophisticated, posh, all that, yes, but they have accepted themselves just the way they are. So that is something that is very attractive, and it shines. It almost shines. Like, people, if you're crossing the streets, people can see it from afar and say, I mean, oh my God, who is that person? Okay, now, now it's time for the charms. Okay, pile two. All right. You guys probably love to travel, and you're very well traveled. That shows you have the key to your own success. Literally, it's your confidence and self love and self belief. You have a very ethereal, otherworldly kind of a charm. Like people see you on the streets and say, like, who is this person? They look so good, so good. That kind of a vibe. You are very successful, and you also give off this in a sun and moon, somebody who is very successful as well as they are very much in touch with their own emotions. You are not somebody who needs to get off their high horse, not at all. You are one of those rare, unicorn. You're seen as one of those rare people, like especially looks wise, the way you present yourself, clearly it shows that those rare people, on the streets. If a model is walking by, if you walk by, it shows like you're probably some kind of a high flying model or a celebrity walking down the streets. I hope, Pile, too, if you've had some clarity over your situation. If yes, please hit the like button, share, and subscribe. Thank you. Namaste. Hello, pile 3. What's the most attractive thing about you right now? For that, you have this, the 8 of Cups. Clearly, you are a very kind person. That's the most attractive quality. High Priestess, you are also very mystical. You are very spiritual. Could be religious, but I can hear mostly spiritual. 10 of Cups, 8 of Cups, 3 of Cups. A lot of Cups energy. Clearly, strong Piscean vibes or water sign like Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio vibes. Okay, High Priestess. You are almost like a spiritual teacher, or you're into occult, tarot, astrology. Clearly, you are also a very humane person, very kind, compassionate, somebody very much in tune with their emotions, very emotional, very creative, very attractive. Clearly, you are very wise, very wise. Temperance, you have had a lot of, like, you had usually temperance people, they make fantastic teachers. It's because they have had a very strong, like, a very difficult childhood. That's what helps them. Like, they have had a lot of lessons in their childhood. So now they are using, like, this is the picture of life, and this is the stream of wisdom. They've gained this wisdom, and now they've dipped their picture of life to gain this wisdom, and then they distribute this wisdom to their disciples, making them fantastic teachers. So they distribute whatever wisdom they had gained earlier in order to, make in order to uplift the rest of the humanity. Yes, your main purpose is to uplift the rest of the humanity, and you are seen as one of those people who manages to do that effectively. Six of Pentacles. Literally, I can see you are seen as a very attractive person, very kind, compassionate. You are very loyal. You're very loving and caring to your near one, dear ones. You're seen as a perfect marriage material. Clearly, a very good lover, very wise person, very spiritual, very, like, closer to the universe, closer to the God. You guys can manifest a lot of things very easily. You probably could be a law of attraction coach or a life coach. Also, you are an equally good wife or a good husband, caring person, the caring one in the relationship, who cooks, who, like, when the other person is sick, you are the one who take care of them. When the other extended family members are sick, people depend upon you. When they're in distress, they call you up at 3 a.m. So you are that person, very caring. So many cups. You offer everybody a cup, even to those people who have bad intentions in heart. Like, I can see, like, we all have, like, if you're doing something significant, even the kindest people, nicest people tend to have a lot of detractors. So you also have, but at the same time, you have a lot of admirers. You are seen as a complete catch. You're very attractive, even physically. You look like a doll. Literally cute, compassionate, kind, the perfect catch. Oh God, 10 of Cups, 4 of Wands. Either you are like recently you have gotten into a relationship which is going to turn into something fruitful and long term. Also, the most attractive thing is you are seen as the perfect lover, the caring lover, perfect spouse, and perfect partner, like either the father or the mother, but both are very caring. See, so you are seen as that caring partner, magical, ethereal, very kind, very compassionate, and very responsible. I can see, I mean, you're not all about just emotions and care. You're very responsible. You care so much because you feel the responsibility. That is also I'm seeing. So it's water and probably some earth sign as well, like a Capricorn or a Virgo. Silently a Virgo will do a lot of things without like even trying to draw one bit of attention towards them. A new romantic cycle begins. I can see you guys are getting into some kind of relationship, or if you are in a relationship, you guys are getting hitched, or if you are married or in a long term scenario, probably you're going to have a child. Surrender to the divine. People notice that you are a very good manifester. You have surrendered your life to the divine already. You are like very explicitly these things are visible about you, and which is very attractive, because now we tend to question a lot of things. You're not one of those. If you say, maybe if God wants this, I'm like willing to go through this. Why me? You do not question that. That is very attractive. You always bring love into your situation. Okay, Taurus could be very significant, and also Aquarius could be very significant, and you always bring a lot of love into any situation you are in. This is one thing. Your dreams need a practical plan. Yes, at times you probably tend to get a little bit too emotional and carried away in your emotions. Embrace the energy of peace. Great teacher, learn from the spiritual experiences. Okay, so you have, you know what, you are somebody who is almost like, also when others are fighting, you act as a mediator. You are the peacekeeper of the family. Also a great teacher. From your own past experience, you have had a difficult childhood, which is typically visible through hierophant, temperance and all. So I can hear that you have had a difficult childhood, but now you're considered as one of the wisest teachers. And also you are a peacekeeper of the society. Probably you are a very good, as I say, a mediator. When others are fighting, you try to make them stop. Okay, stay rooted and grounded. You are also very very humble, very even if like you are very popular, you have a lot of admirer, but you are very loyal. You do not even feel for one sec that what if I could have a better catch. You're not that kind. You're also very grounded, very humble. I can get, you want to settle down in those quiet suburbs, or quiet places where probably you will be raising half of your foods at least, and raising kids, maybe have some goats and mm, some chicken and all such stuff. Maybe have a small ranch kind of or a farm, or a homesteading kind of a person. You want to have a small family, raise a few kids, some chicken, some goats, and some maybe whatever else you want. Maybe have your own food grown. So you want to have that kind of a life, very humble, grounded, rooted. Unlock the magic. You are seen as somebody who is very magical, almost like people don't want to believe that people like you even exist in today's day and age. Come home to yourself, escapist. You are seen also as an escapist, somebody who is totally capable of escaping the harshness of real world. You love to read, basically, through your inner temple. Like you can just get, you have a whole world residing within your own self, in your imagination, where you can escape whenever it gets very tough to deal with the real world trouble and problems. Yes. Another thing is, what people find very attractive is you are very happy with the way you are, whatever you have, with your looks. You don't really try too much. And you're very self assured in a very quiet manner. Kind, quiet manner, not in a braggy manner, but very self assured. And You are a big believer of self love. Literally reading books, getting lost in your own world, or maybe tending to your plants. These are the methods of self love for you. So I can see a very kind, compassionate person, which are which, like, who is, like, you know, very concerned about their about the family, regarding their society. You are a very kind, genuine person. So these are the things that are very attractive about you. So now, pile 3, the charms. Okay. Okay, now what is it? Okay, so love. You guys have a lot of admirers. Like, you have a very strong Pisces, or you live near or want to move near a place where there is water bodies. You are almost as ethereal as a mermaid. Yes, a lot of admirers, or somebody is gonna propose to you soon. Okay, clearly you have been through transformation and you're very popular. You have a popularity about you. Something that people, like, instantly you have some kind of a brightness, some aura which people notice about you. You know, it could be your innocence, it could be your kindness. I think it's your kindness. And you are very plain yet very attractive. Does that make sense? I hope it does, pile 3. If you have had some clarity over your situation, if yes, please hit the like button, share, and subscribe. Namaste. Thank you.